William. Sorry, a plane just flew by. Let me just close my window. Okay. We just take things very casually here. So bear with me. First of all, I would like to thank you, Avis, for spending time with us, with the academy team, and also taking the stage to share part knowledge to the larger audience. Flew by. Let me just close my window. Okay. Right. So my name is William, and today I'll be facilitating along the help of the committee member as well. Okay. So everyone, grab yourself a cup of tea or coffee and make yourself comfortable. I'm hearing echo, Emily.
Echo. What echo?
Don't have. I think when she mute herself, it's okay.
Now now okay already, right?
So let me rejoin.
Okay. Okay, while we are waiting for William to rejoin, maybe everybody can say hi, or if you have any questions to ask Avis, you can post on the chat. We have some questions prepared by William, but we are open to more. So there will be, as William posted, there will be a 5-minute pre-event interview. So if you have any questions, you can drop them in the chat. Questions to ask Avis.
Okay, now it's better.
Okay.
All right.
Over to
okay.
William.
Yeah, thank you. Just now I've done my introduction. So just to let you know that this will be the very first time that we start off like this 5 minutes earlier from the actual event. So we'll do things a little bit different from what we have done in the past. We are going to do a short 5-minute pre-event interview so that people will get to know our speaker, Avis, a little bit better. So Avis, feel free to answer casually or in any way that you want. My first question to you is that now, we all know that your schedule is crazy, out of the world, having to deal with meetings after meetings, mentoring team members, supervising direction, doing reporting, etc. We would like to know, or at least I would like to know, how do you normally de-stress after a very long, busy schedule at work? Do you mind sharing about it?
How do I de-stress? I think generally a very stressed and high anxiety person. So recently I just discovered that on my own. So I think the way that I actually de-stress is I pick up new things to do, right? Recently I tried meditation. I tried doing like yoga at home as well. I think that was quite nice and effective for me. Other than that, I think during the weekends, I try to like not switch off, like not think about work and do things that I like previously I did I download this app, the paper app, and they actually have like a small mini store that like have a bit of a like a template kind of a book where it allows you to practice your handwriting or practice your drawing. So I think those things helps me de-stress and unwind a little bit before taking up a new week. Yeah.
Okay. We have yoga with Central Initiative, right? Maybe next time we'll have meditation with Avis.
Cannot.
Okay.
I follow app one, so I cannot. I'm a newbie.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for that.
But I find it very effective, lah. Yeah.
Yeah. Second question to you is more like a fast trivia. I'll give you a set of items to choose, this or that, and you have to quickly pick one. Okay. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Dog or cat?
Dog.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise.
Black or white? This is very difficult for you.
White.
Okay. Tokyo or Sydney?
Tokyo.
Okay. 2 more questions. Shopping or eating?
Shopping.
Wow, I know. Eric or Aman? No. That's not for your. That's not. We'll take it behind the scene. Okay,
I
my
shall not
last
answer that.
yeah, I shall not answer that. That's very dangerous question, right? Okay, my last but not least question to you before we kickstart the event is that not everybody kind of looks up to Avis so much, right, as the person who is always on top of the game. If you can share some tips to anybody who just started or would like to start on design career, what will it be?
Mm. For people who like to start on a design career, I would ask, how passionate are you?
Okay.
Because I think it's not an easy ride. I think for any job, it would not be easy, right? But for design specifically, I think especially there's so many competitions everywhere, right? I think you need to be very passionate to invest a lot of time in to do that. Even on your day off, you can't really take your time out from that, because even when you are browsing, you are always thinking about how can I improve this, even if it's not my design, right? So that is something that I would ask. And I think for people who are new to this, right, pace yourself, because there's a lot more to uncover, so you need to do it step by step. Don't be too overly ambitious, but also don't be too chillax also lah. So I think it's more like keep on generating this interest into it, so that you can go a very long way.
All right, that's very insightful. Thank you, Avis. So we have about like 60 and more people counting already joining in this space. So thank you for everybody who actually joining us in this space and the time allocated for learning. I believe some of you, might have been familiar with Academy Bytesized concept that we have run this, on a monthly basis. In short, Academy Bytesized is more of like an extension of the Academy with the same value and passion and also the vision as well, but taking slightly a different approach. It is a shorter, much more compressed and compact version, 30 minutes or so in duration, primarily focusing on learning hacks, tips and tricks, things that can be directly implemented in daily life. So before I pass over to Avis, I would like to extend our gratitude on behalf of Academy for willing to grace the stage of Academy and share this knowledge with us. So over to you, Avis, for your presentations about what we do every day, the art of journaling.
Okay. First of all, thank you everyone for taking the time off on your lunchtime to listen to me about designing Headspace. What exactly that is, I think as William mentioned, it's okay, hang on a second. It's actually the biggest topic in Aleph, I would say, right? It's about journaling. It's whether you are doing your daily journal or your weekly journal, is something that every day you will hear people chasing after you about journaling, right? So and I think when we actually, this is a survey that we did before the circuit breaker happens, before this pandemic actually happens, right? We wanted to learn more about working from home from everyone, and we also slot in this one question about journaling, right? So despite it being important to the company, right, many of us actually don't enjoy writing journals. This is done many months ago, so maybe the stats has improved. I don't know. So if you can comment on the site, you can comment on the site as well. So today, I think I'm here to actually share my 2 cents about journaling. I'm not a pro in writing journal nor an expert of it. I just want to share some of the things that I find it helpful for myself, and some of the things that I find it interesting of how others are doing it, right? That actually makes it a bit more fun to when you think about journaling, right? So to me, journaling is like making a to-do list for your week or for your day, right? It's being mindful of our priorities. right? Making an extra effort in strengthening our focus. Every morning when we start our day or our week, right, one of the first thing that we should do is to have clarity of what we want to focus on. And we can do that by writing down or documenting down our short-term goals, like our projects, what we want to achieve for the weeks, or even personal goals as well, right? Personally, for me, I like to check in with myself and ask myself, like, does this work that I'm doing help me achieve my personal goals? Maybe I think more career objectives in terms of that, right? And having clarity is very important. Because our brain needs a way to stay organized, right? And we don't want to spend time chasing after things that is of lower priorities or of lower importance, right? We don't want to end up, completing or not even completing tasks and then end up, not achieving the timelines that we have set, right? So having that in mind is important. And I think the easiest way to do it is to write it down or to document it, right? So having said that, here are some examples of how you can do it, right? Is having an overview. So because I run the research team as well, so there's actually a lot of things going on, and we need to have that. I need to have that overview of my week. So mentally I can be prepared of what's coming and what's expecting of the team as well, right? So this 14 days at a glance is something that I made as a timeline where it helps me have that clarity of the things that is going on in the next upcoming weeks, right? Or it can be simple as a list of a comparison, so a reflection of what you have been accomplished for the previous week, and a list of your to-dos for the upcoming weeks as well. So this as well give you that clarity of, these are the list, or these are my list of menus that I need to pay attention to, right? So two different ways. There's another way of doing it. Some people likes to be more visual, right? They portion out the week by what is more important and what needs their most of their attention, right? So in this case, the bigger blocks indicates that you need to spend more time on it. The smaller box that come with it, right, will be the items that you spend lesser time on it. So this give you like a very good visual canvas of your entire week, how you portion it out, right? So that could actually work as well. Some people do their journaling by tracking them in different stages, right? So you list out your to-do, you put them into the weekly bucket where the set some goals of the week, and then you set some goals for what you want to achieve today. And then as the day go by, you start moving things into pending and into done. You get that sense of fulfillment that, at the end of the week, you actually accomplish what you have targeted. So this gives you that good sense that you are working towards something that you aim for, right? Of course, for people who are more data-driven, please excuse the low quality because it's a screenshot. So more data-driven, right? You can track it by a burn-down chart. Why not, right? It's quite, I find it quite interesting because, the task that you have done and you make it like a chart where you can see at the end of the week how things has progressed for you, and you can make small tweaks or small reflection. It's actually like a good reflection where if it's not going down, then there must be something wrong, right? So you reflect on that, right? So it's quite nice, right? At the end of the day, you need to find what format works for you. And I think as I talk to different people about journaling, right, this is one of the person who told me that, as we discuss about your format of the journaling and all, right, this person said that the format that he or she is doing actually works for them, right? And it helps them organize your thoughts. So as long as it helps you organize your thoughts, I think it's a good format, right? So how do we actually make journaling a habit and not something that we actually drag to do, right? Just like brushing our teeth, it's not, we don't need to be motivated to brush our teeth, right? It's actually something that is done repeatedly, and our brain learns to automate and process, and hence it becomes a habit and a routine for us. So if we don't do it, we feel uneasy, right? So the goal of having or cultivate this habit is that our brain will resist change unless there's a reward, right? So brushing our teeth is like something like we keep our teeth healthy, we keep our teeth white, right? So that is the reward that we get, right? So unless we learn that there is some rewards coming in, it won't become a habit. So you need to find what is rewarding for yourself, right? By doing journaling, right? For some people, it will be rewarding if they know that someone is reading their journals and someone is replying to them, right? For some people, it can be infusing things that you love in your journal itself, right? By sharing things that you enjoy in your journal, because by doing that, as you do your journal, you also add in, you also researching on things that you like as well. So here are some examples, like quotes, right? You can you can add in quotes that that you like, or find share musics or lyrics that you really inspire you as well. It can also be the musics of the week as well, like sharing the music that you have discovered for the week with the people that is reading your journal, or is can be a form of documenting as well. So, and or it can also be if you can draw even better, you can draw your mood, you can draw your how you're feeling, and the events that happens, the highlight that happens throughout the day itself, right? Share a picture on your journal as well. That there's no rules, there's no hard rules about that. The main thing is putting things that you love in it, so that you feel that you can enjoy doing that. Next would be, besides sharing things you love, it can also be sharing things that you have learned, right? We read articles, we come across articles daily, even if it's something that you came across from your Instagram or on the news and everything, right? You can share it, put it in your journal as well, right? Like something that you learn over the week, and this is something that that put you into some thinking mode, right? You can always share it in your journals, like how to provide feedbacks. This is by Poon, right? And then rational versus emotional, or even some quotes that you came across that makes you wonder a bit more, right? You can always put it down, right? By noting down your interests and the things that you have learned, right, you also unlock insights, and you have a better understanding about yourself, right? You discover what you like, what you don't like over time, right? But there's always this fear. This is also taking a quote from the previous surveys that we have done so far, right? Previous survey that we have done before the circuit breaker, right? People are afraid of sharing, mainly because they don't know who is reading it. They also don't know if someone is reading it, what is being done with this information, right? And 3 of 10 people actually shared that they are worried that they might be judged of what they have written in their journal, right? So I want I think as long many of us, right, do our journals because we are told to do so. I think it's like a, we make it like a company policy and all. But and sometimes we are also caught up with who is reading it. We are so concerned about who is reading it. But I want to remind everyone is that you are doing it for yourself. So first you, then who is reading it. But of course, I would like to urge everyone who is reading each and other journals, right, is that we need to respect boundaries, and we need to also create this safe space where everyone is feel safe to share, right? The trust comes in mutually, right? So when you want to share this, when you discover this particular interesting topic that this person has put in the journal, you might want to, if you want to share it, you might want to seek a consent from the person before you share, so that everyone feels comfortable. So that is something that small little reminder for every one of us, right? But then again, it's first you, how you want to put your journals together before who is reading it, right? So of course, any small intentions are better than bigger intention. We always, for people who are reading each other's journal, we always compare our journals against others, right? Like, oh, he's doing a better journal, she's doing, her journal is so much nicer than mine, things like that. Then it becomes a very negative patterns over time, and then it discourages you or about how you want to write your journal. I say we start simple, right? We have created this whole format, like a foundation of journaling, right? Where it's just quick and dirty, right? Very simple. You write what are the tasks, what you plan to do next, and then gratitude, and send it out, right? Start simple, because when you start simple, you find it easy. That is your reward. Easy, right? You find it easy, then it encourages you to continue, right? Then as you get the hang of it, right? Maybe you want to find a way to give a bit more structure to your journal, right? Where you bucket them into different categories, like what you want to focus and your plans for the week, your people, if you are taking care of a team, and then your project status and who is in charge, right? So that gives you a bit more clarity by putting structure into it, right? Then if you get clarity, then you are addicted to it. Then you will want to make it better by adding in small decoration. This is my journal. Like I send not so nice journal before as well. Like it's as in, like, it doesn't matter, right? It's the end of the day is giving yourself that clarity of what you want to do next, right? What is your plan, and how you want to move forward, right? For the next upcoming weeks, right? So this is like a simpler format with a little bit of a decoration, decor in between, like using emoticons and all. It's still easy, it's still fun, to write and send, right? And then as we progress, as we get more pro in it, right, we can decorate them, right? Make it very decorative, make it very designerish, right? Where whichever thing that you think it works for you, right? So this is a very interesting one, where it looks like a calendar, like the Chinese calendar kind of a format. But it's nice to see how people imagine their own or create their own journal, because it's a very safe space where you have all the freedom to create, to show off your creativity. Of course, there are some people who does this very fancy magazine like kind of a journal, where if it inspire you, if it encourages you to do that, then why not do your weekly release or your daily release, right? Through your journaling, right? At the end of the day, journaling is supposed to connect our values, our emotions, and our goals. Being honest to yourself, and as we note things down, we should give it should give us clarity to the root of our problems, right? It should bring clarity to us when we do journal. It's not for the sake of doing it, right? So I think that is that main objective that I want to bring across, right? And I hope by practicing journaling, you are a happier person, more mindful, more grounded, and less stressed. I don't forget to thank everyone who has supported me. I think I received like a lot of side messages to encouraging as well. The Aleph Academy team who helped me along my way, keep reminding me that your presentation is coming up, and then the people who are willing to share their journals as well, samples of their journal. So thank you very much. Yep.
All right, thank you, Avis. I do agree that writing journal is one way, very effective way to bring clarity to what you are planning or what has been done for the past 1 week. So thank you for that. When it comes to reading other people's journal also, I always enjoy the gratitude segment. While other section seems to be of reporting nature, right? Gratitude feels human and grounded. So that's what I like about it also. So I think a few years back, we didn't have these sections, but over the time, I think we see the value of injecting elements of human in it. So I'm kind of grateful for that. Yep. So we'll dive deep into a little bit of question of answer. Let me skim through the YouTube comments. We do have some questions that is related to your, pre-event interviews. From Jasnit especially, what is the secret to Avis laughter?
Laughter.
Yeah.
That is just me.
Okay, so Jasnit, if that doesn't answer to your question, you can approach Avis privately. Okay, us from Malaysia ask you, what is the secret again to Avis keeping it cool attitude?
Cool. I think I freak out a lot of time. It's just that I don't show it to others.
But, you rewrite it in your journal, is it?
Yes, I do. I do. I am very honest in my journal. So I don't know, but sometimes if I'm like, not happy or I'm not happy with certain things, I will write it in my journal and I don't hide. So I think that helps because once you write it down or I read about this somewhere, right? Which is like if you are, I mean, I'm still practicing, I'm not good at it as well. But if you are angry with that person or what, right? You write it down and then put it away so that you don't say things that is
directly
hurtful. Directly to that person that at the end of the day you might regret, right? So that would help, I think, right? Write it somewhere.
Sort of like a reflection, of course, also, right?
Yeah, kind of lah. Yeah. For me, I write in my journal. I have been, I think I have been honest. In like if I am frustrated about some things, I would write it in my journal. I hope in a nice way.
Okay. Thank you. Arvin is asking, who are you wearing today, designer?
Who am I wearing today?
Maybe he's referring to what brand of clothing you are wearing today.
COS t-shirt.
T-shirt. Okay. Okay. Santil actually want Avis to. I want make Avis meditate. I think he might want to find out about like how you meditate. Maybe after this you can share, your applications that you use. That maybe. Maybe Santil is interested in yoga, right? Maybe this is one form of one form of activity that can bring calmness also, right, to your life.
Yeah. I use Calm lah, the app. I've been trying that for a while now. I think it's quite nice. So
you also have nice interface, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah. The thing is, I need some music on the background when you because you don't know whether it's off or it's on. It's still, or you fall asleep.
Okay. Uh, Javid asks, why tea? Why do you choose tea over coffee?
Okay, I have this gastric issue, so I cannot drink coffee. So like strong coffee makes my stomach upset. So I prefer tea. And coffee is bitter. I cannot.
You will
Like,
offend a lot of coffee avid lover over here.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay, I think a lot of people are quite interested in the Eric Aman question, but I'll not touch that. Somebody even like
Yeah, please don't.
I don't touch that. Somebody even like comparing Eric Aman or Pauline. Okay, I don't go into that.
Yeah. Please don't go into that.
Okay.
I choose Arvin.
Okay. That's politically correct answer. Okay, acceptable. Santil actually mentioned one very meaningful statement over here. For Santil alone, journaling is sort of like pouring your heart into words. It gives great relief. Doesn't want to do it just for the sake of doing. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do. I'm not saying that I'm always punctual with my journals. For example, this week I haven't sent my journal. I'm sorry. I will send it later. but I think if I don't write it, I feel uneasy. That's me. Like because
something is missing, is it?
Yeah, because as you do it, you get that clarity in your head. You get a bit of a structure of okay, what's coming next. You know, what's happening next.
Do you actually write small notes before you actually pour it down in journal? Because for me alone, sometimes it kind of takes time to remember what I've done for 1 week. So I'm thinking maybe it's good for me throughout the day, or maybe by the end of the day, I write some small notes first before I kind of plug them together in one journal.
Yeah, actually, speaking of that, I do that. Like, I will have a note open on the side if like I came across anything interesting or anything that I want to put it in my journal, be reminded of that, right? I will actually put it in the notes first, and then when I have to start writing my journal, I will refer back to that notes. But those are mainly things that are interesting, like if it's a nice quote or if it's a nice article or something like that I want to put in my journal, like things that I love, things that I learn. But on like project status and all, because you do that every day, so I kind of like able to memorize that. But for people wise, I do that as well. Like I have a whole folder of everyone that I spoke to, so that I can be reminded of what I need to put it in my journal. Yeah, okay. I do that. Yeah,
that can be tips for somebody who often miss out on the events for the past 1 week when they are writing. Okay, Jasnit and us like the slides. It's very cool, very colorful. Some of them even want to eat the slides because it's probably remind them of the food during the lunchtime. Okay. Jasnit has no question, only getting inspired. We have Swaswan. He likes the block format. We need to prioritize on the task and keep update in time. I think he's referring to the Trello, is it? The block format.
No, I think he is referring to the Poon one, the portion one.
Oh, the portion one. Okay.
Yeah. I also find it very nice. It's very interesting to put to organize your thoughts into visuals. It's quite nice.
Different layout. Okay. Santil's like your analogy of making it a habit like brushing your teeth, because brushing your teeth also keeps people healthy. So it's the same way as writing. It kind of bring clarity to your mental state as well. Us really love to see how this culture has evolved over the years. Benjamin actually asked who reads the journal. Arvin replied, I read. Angela, Sheena, and Emily also reply at the same time that happiness team also reads all the journal. I think there might be concerns like, just now you mentioned about it's not, it's like you have to write for your audience, right? You have to know your audience, what you're writing for, right? So that, you can be truthful of what you are saying.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. That is part of the, part of knowing who is reading is part of that the thing that the motivation, I would say, or what's encouraging you to write.
Aman really loves the safe space concept. It's like creating a safe environment for you to write and pour your thoughts. So he wrote what's in mind, what in his mind surely, but may not be useful for others, but it helped him tenfold. Okay. I think some of us are really surprised by what you show on Ian's journal. Really impressive. It's like a magazine. That's like Kinfolk. Ian is also joining
I can't
the space.
show inside lah. I can't show inside. I just only show the cover. But I think it's like like a magazine kind. Like it's like browsing a magazine. Even
magazine
us journal is like that. Like it's like browsing a magazine. So it's quite cool.
So for those who are kind of interested in wanting to know how Ian writes the journal in a magazine format, maybe you guys can approach Ian directly. Okay. So let me see if we have any more questions. Okay. Now, how long do you write your journal, Avis? This is coming from Pauline. Like,
me?
Yeah. On
how
a
much
regular
time
basis,
do I spend to write?
Correct.
1 to 2 hours.
From consolidating your thoughts to putting down in the form of words.
1 to 2 hours lah.
Wow.
I spend like 1 to 2 hours because I need to really think. Like I need to really think. What am I putting in the journal?
Yeah.
Like I don't want to write anyhow.
Right, because like every words you put actually carry weight, right? To those people who read it.
Yeah, and especially on the people's part, on the team part, right? I don't want just to be a regular. Sometimes I do like a very, very quick one because there's really nothing much to update. But if there is something that I've learned about this person over the week or whatever, right, I will write a bit more. And it takes a bit a while lah to actually form that form the thoughts.
Okay, for us also ask the same questions. Aravind actually mentioned that this is awesome. Can we add this into our onboarding? Maybe it can be part of our onboarding process already from happiness team. To talk about
I can share the
slides.
I can share the slides.
Okay. Thank you for introducing Headway application. A lot of people are interested in meditation as well. Seems like you ignite the interest also. Is daily journal reminder from Sheena automated? This one I'll leave it to Sheena to answer to that question.
Sorry.
Okay, let me skim through last few more questions. Aman loves the photo shoot coming from some people. John, I think, some people, for example, Davina like to post images in their journal. That can be something that might be interesting to be add on also.
That is something that you love.
How do you manage your busy schedule yet still have to do this on a daily basis? Coming from Suki Chua.
I think at the end of the day is a choice of yourself, right? Whether you want to do it or not. There is always excuses where we say that, oh, I'm too busy for this, I'm too busy for that. I meet that excuse all the time as well. But you must remember, we always have a choice of what interests us more. That's why we do it, right? So it's the same, right? I think journaling is something that I think I enjoy. And that is also the reason why I would spend time doing it as well.
Okay, I'm trying to wrap up within 3 to 4 minutes. We still have 2 last questions. One of them coming from Janaka. For those who are not as gifted with the paintbrush as Avis, how important is the visual aspect of a journal?
I to be honest, I don't think it's important. I started off with okay, so the examples that I gave, right, like the Excel example and the
I think we all started
all these
from there,
examples,
right?
yeah, we all started from there. And to be honest, I feel that like I said, it's working out a format that works for you, right? That you think that it, or whoever that is reading it will also understand as well, right?
Yeah.
But first first is whether it works for you or not. So all this like very simple format, right? It used to works for me, right? But then later on, when it becomes a little bit more like there is too much, right? Then you will find ways, you automatically find ways to optimize it, to make it more visual, so that, you know, when you read it, when you refer back, you also understand what you are doing, right? Instead of going through the text line by line, right? So yeah, I think at the end of the day, you need to ask what is that format that works for you again. Like,
so there's no right or wrong answer. It's always coming back to you, right? I think because Janaka is already inventing his journal, like nowadays in the form of PDF. So that's why this question might be relevant to what he's doing.
So for this one, right, I use an app called Bear. So maybe Janaka, you might want to explore that. It helps you. It gives you like a very like nice format, and it gives like it can keep a good collection of the of your journal, of your entry as well. So this Bear is actually a journaling app, right?
As in B-E-A-R.
I use it for my
B-E-A-R.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Cool. So maybe Janaka can explore that as well.
Okay. So yeah, we have one last question from Intan, I believe from Indonesia. Intan Soyaning. What's the best time to write journal? Morning before work, or in or after working hour, or at night at the end of the day? Maybe you can speak from your routine of writing. What do you have any preference in time when you are writing
I like
journal?
to do it in the morning, Monday morning, because I send weekly journal. So I like to do that Monday morning or Friday evening. Actually, I prefer Monday morning because that's when you have a fresh mind to structure your week better, right? If you do it in the evening, then you might be exhausted. Then you might not. You just want to end it and send. So then you are doing it for the sake of doing it. But if you do it in the morning, then it's a fresh day, right? So you want the first thing that goes out from your side is something good. So
and you jump into the momentum of kicking start of the week.
Yes.
Also, right? Okay.
Yeah. So I prefer Monday morning.
Okay, it's 1:37, so I think we are going to wrap up here today. But before that, I'm going to do the closing for these sessions. So our gratitude to you, Avis, again. Yeah, our gratitude to you again on behalf of Academy team, Janaka, who is observing from the YouTube link, Emily, Angela, and Poon also, just for the fact that we know that, you know, you are very, very busy person. And despite that, you are taking the time to talk and share what you are passionate about that can be helpful for other people. So that's really something that is very awesome. So thank you for that. For anybody within or outside Aleph organization, please look forward to the next academic session, which is going to happen on the last Friday of the month. We have Sean from Australia team, which is going to talk about something that maybe he's passionate about, which is called the art of storytelling. Okay. So the visuals, marketing, and everything will be sent out like maybe 1 week before the event. So please look forward to that. So yeah, that's about it for this month's Academy Bite-sized sessions. Thank you for everyone who is joining us in this space. I think we have quite a turnout for today. That's really a good record to keep for Academy team. So have a nice day, everyone. Stay safe and take care. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks
Thank you,
all.
Avis.
Bye.
Bye-bye.